Many Wall Street analysts expressed skepticism when AbbVie announced its planned $63 billion acquisition of Allergan back in June. The negativity contributed to poor performance for AbbVie's stock into August of this year. At one point, the shares dropped more than 30%. However, as the stock is rebounding, good news has also started to appear. As such, another analyst now thinks AbbVie looks like a great pharma stock to buy. So let's take another look at AbbVie. Citigroup's Andrew Baum recently upgraded AbbVie from a neutral rating to a buy rating and set a 1-year price target that's about 20% above AbbVie's current share price. Baum gave two reasons for his optimism. Number one, the Allergan acquisition may not be such a bad idea after all. Baum wrote to investors that Citi believes AbbVie will extract significant shareholder value from Allergan's franchises. The franchises include Botox, Juvederm, and Vraylar. All of these reported solid sales growth in the second quarter. Botox is a crown jewel, but the biggest rising star and next blockbuster may be Vraylar. AbbVie expects the acquisition of Allergan will increase annual revenue growth to about 10% into 2023. This will put AbbVie on track to be one of the strongest revenue growth rates among big pharma. This will help soften the blow from lower sales from Humira. And the second reason for Baum's optimism is Rinvoq and Skyrizi. I don't know where they get these names. And oh, by the way, close your eyes and don't look at this screenshot if you don't like needles. And two other components of AbbVie's strategy to deal with its Humira issues are the company's newly approved immunology drugs. Baum doesn't think that investors are recognizing the potential of Rinvoq and Skyrizi. The FDA approved Skyrizi in April. AbbVie followed that up in August by winning FDA approval for Rinvoq. AbbVie thinks that Skyrizi could produce sales of about $5 billion, and it believes that Rinvoq could produce annual sales of about $6.5 billion. Well, let's hope they're correct. Mega deals don't always work out well for big pharma stocks, and AbbVie's history of acquisitions doesn't inspire a tremendous level of confidence. So, keep watching the fundamentals. For now, let's go take a look at our charts. Today we're going to look at two charts, beginning with the monthly chart on AbbVie, and the symbol is ABBV. For disclosure purposes, I do not hold any shares of AbbVie at this time. And the bottom, at least so far, was set back here a couple of months ago. Currently, the stock is trading at $73.60. Now, after this rebound, it came right through here and bumped up into the 50 EMA. Hasn't been able to get above that, so that's the next sort of benchmark it needs. So it's gotten reflected back here. So we'll look at the daily chart and see what that shows here shortly. But for right now, it's trying to head up through that 50 EMA. I think it's going to take a little while. And I say that because the MACD. I've talked about the MACD before with AbbVie, and there is a big difference between the fast line at this level here and the slow line here. They're both below zero, not too far, but there still is a relatively wide separation between the fast line and the slow line. And basically what that means is that the stock has got to go sideways. Now there is going to be some volatility, ups and downs, but it's going to trade, in my humble opinion, within a channel sideways until this fast line does catch up and start to bottom better. It looks like it's starting well, but bottom better and then move up toward that slow line. And that's going to take some time. You can see that the histogram says that this is occurring now with some improvement, but we still have, I think, several months to go. Several meaning at least two, perhaps maybe three, maybe even a couple of quarters. But right now, Some of the other oscillators are also showing that improvement is occurring, such as the price rate of change. Definitely a bottom being set in there. We've got the sawtoothing with the fast line moving above the slow line, going, say, sideways to down a little bit here. Now it's at a negative 25 level, and that still means it's relatively weak, needs to strengthen. Going here into the RSI at a 43.06 measure, it has improved as well. And I think we're going to see that in a lot of these oscillators, and certainly the stochastics does show. Again, the bottoming process is occurring with the fast line moving up through very well through that slow line, heading on up out of the oversold territory, just barely. But again, I think more time is needed for this stock to heal. Moving here into the Williams, very clear bottoming process in my humble opinion. I like that. Very nice. Going back up here to the price chart, again, you can see some of that improvement, but I think it is going to have to spend some more time trading sideways within a channel before real improvement occurs. So let's now go to the daily chart. And so now we're looking at the 6-month daily chart on AbbVie, and some of you may notice that the price has changed from the last chart, and that's because I'm recording this midday trading on Thursday. Right now the price is 20-minute delay, $73.57. And on the daily chart, it looks a little bit different, meaning that we bottomed here, say in August, but we moved up through the 20 EMA and through the 50 EMA. Again, this is the daily chart. That's why it's different. And so we came up to this level here, and then we've retraced some of this price here and bounced right off of that 20 EMA. And so oftentimes these sort of benchmarks occur where a stock will run into or bounce off of a particular EMA, whether it's the 20, 50, or the 200, but that's what's happening right here. But I think what's more important is looking at the MACD. We've had a bottom in this area here, say late July, early August, and then it had a nice slingshot on up through the zero line, up here almost to the level of 2 at that point there. But we hit a top and we're coming on down. So in my mind, that shows a little bit of weakness. The fast line has not gone through the slow line, but I kind of would expect that to happen. We've had a pretty good march upward from the bottom there in August. So I think a little bit of consolidation is in order. And I think that's probably what's going to happen. I think that's where the probabilities lie. You can see here in the histogram that the stock has been weakening. We're right there near that zero level. Hasn't gone through, but I think it will soon enough. And it has, at least on the price rate of change, meaning the fast line's gone through the slow line, heading down there, a little bit of sideways action, but I still think that a consolidation is in order. And moving through here into the RSI, it's weakened, bounced off of that 50 line with a little sawtooth. We'll see if that comes on through. I think the indications from some of these other oscillators are that it will weaken a little bit further here. Stochastics also shows fast line move through the slow line, heading on down, and it doesn't look like it's resting or bottoming yet. So I think there's a little bit more downside in the price action. Volume looks fine. We're not going to be able to tell much from that. At least things have calmed down from way back there in June and July and maybe even early August. So things have calmed down. So we're getting back to more normal. And maybe that's not all that normal, but we'll say more normal trading. And here into the Williams, definitely you see that bottom there in July, August, and that launch. And now we're just simply hitting a top here. So we're just barely below that 50 or midline. I think some more sawtoothing is going to occur. Maybe this does drop down here into that negative 80 to negative 100. Maybe not. But I think, again, the probabilities are that the price is going to have to do a little bit of consolidation here. And so that, again, in my humble opinion, is perhaps where we're going to go. A little bit of consolidation here. I don't think it's going to go all the way down and test that bottom. That is always a possibility because if you remember from the monthly chart, we do have a lot of sideways trading we need to go through before that fast line on the Mac does move up through the slow line, again, from the monthly chart. So we'll see where this goes, but for right now, things are looking good with the price chart as well as in the news. As usual, conduct your due diligence with the fundamentals. And for today, that's ChewDog Charts. Thank you.